Hey, what's up, guys? It's Justin with Diamond King Baseball Training. Wanted to put up another quick video for you guys. And today's topic is all about doing drills and really an explanation behind what we're trying to do. So I'm all about, if you've seen any of my videos, I like to keep it simple. I like to do drills. I like to work your butt off and overall get better. I want you to learn the game. I want you to learn what you're doing. So this video is all about, kind of my mindset on trying to teach someone something and, kind of what I see a lot of out on the field and, at games and practices and just being around the game. So especially with younger players, I see a ton of coaches just, if say a player is a hitter, and I talk about hitting a ton because I love to hit, and I just love it. That's my passion. I can't help it. So I see a lot of coaches working with a kid and, doing certain drills, or the kid is doing something, say they're like their stride when they're swinging isn't back to the pitcher. They're pulling off the ball, so they're stepping backwards. As a coach, I've seen a lot of coaches, you'll go up there and you'll put the bat behind them, like a bat or something on the ground so they can't step back. And which that's great. You could solve the problem doing that. But I see a ton of just doing stuff to try to prevent the bad, but they're not explaining what it does. So if say you're working with an 8-year-old, which I just got done coaching an 8 and under rec league team. If you're seeing a player do something and you're helping them fix it and you're trying to help them fix it, but you're not really explaining, what you're doing, why you're doing it, to me, that's not really going to help them. So yes, you might work the kink out, you might get it done, but if the player doesn't know why they're doing what they're doing, or if you're not explaining the whole thing to them, they're not really learning. So yes, you're fixing the problem over time, but then, say next year or over the off season or whatever, if they're hitting and they start doing it again, do they know what they're doing? Do they know why they shouldn't do it? Like, are you explaining all of that stuff? So when I'm working with a kid, I want them to get better. I want them to learn. I want them to eventually not have to work with me. If I can teach them over time, and yes, it's going to take a while to really learn, and take the repetition and take the dedication to do it, but if I can teach you, hey, when you swing a lot, I see you pulling your head off, you're stepping out, those are the big things that I see you doing that's taking away from your success. So let's work on that. And we get to working on it. We'll do some tee drills to start with. And when I get them on that tee, not only am I doing drills to try to make it so they can't step back, but I'm also explaining and showing why you don't. So if I have a player that's pulling their head off the ball and they're really stepping out, I'm going to set up an outside pitch on the tee, probably try to set it low to make it tougher because I'm trying to challenge you, and I'm going to say swing. And most likely they're going to swing and miss, possibly. I see a ton of that. Or they'll hit one off the end and they're not really hitting it hard. And then I go to, all right, what did you feel? And they say, well, it hurt my hands. Then I go to, do you know why it hurt your hands? They say no. I say, well, you hit it off the end of the bat. If you're not making good contact, you're going to feel it in your hands. So that's a trigger for you. If you're taking batting practice, if you're hitting a ball in the game, whatever, and you feel that vibration in your hand, right? As an 8-year-old, you may not really understand me when I'm telling you this, but over time, that light bulb's going to go off. If I'm drilling it into you enough and talking about it and going over it and trying to explain it, if they keep with it and keep playing baseball, eventually that light bulb's going to go off and they say, oh man, I knew what Justin's talking about now. It makes sense. Now I understand why he was saying that so much. So we go back to it. I set that low and away pitch up again. They're stepping out. I'm showing you that you are not going to hit that pitch successfully if you're doing what you're doing. And then I'll move the ball inside. Now, when you move it inside, if they're still stepping out and they're pulling their head out, they can still hit that ball. And they can hit it well because the ball is placed into that swing path now. So they can drive it. And then I show them, I say, look, this is the inside pitch. Do you see how well you hit it? They say yes. Move it back to the outside. And I say, all right, now swing again. They don't hit it as well. Teaching them the difference and what pitches they can hit and, all of that stuff is going to help them over time. They may not know what you're talking about now, but the sooner you can explain stuff and tell them why we're doing something and really try to help them learn, not only are they going to become a better baseball player and maybe get out of that bad habit right now, but if they start to do it again down the road, then they can think to themselves and say, okay, I know if I'm stepping out, I'm not going to be able to reach those outside pitches. I can't hit it well. I understand that. I understand why you don't want to do this. I don't just hear you say, well, don't do that, that's bad. Yes, it's bad, but that's not helping the overall issue. So I'm a huge, huge, huge advocate of, really trying to learn the game, really trying to explain stuff, because I want you to be a better baseball player. I want you to gain knowledge in hitting and fielding and pitching, whatever it is. I want you to eventually learn yourself and learn the game and learn it enough so that as you're making mistakes on your own, you understand what you're doing and you understand how you can try to fix it. So to me, that's what it's all about. If you're in a game and you're a pitcher and you're missing up and away a lot, if you don't know why you're missing up and away, how are you going to make an adjustment to fix it? You can get lucky and try some different things and see what happens. But if you've worked over time and someone's explained to you and said, hey, look, if you're missing up and away, most likely your legs are getting out in front of your body and your timing isn't there for that. So when you're releasing back here instead of out here. You're releasing back here instead of out here. Normally, that's the difference between throwing strikes and missing to your arm side and up and away. So if you know that, as a pitcher, you can be on the mound. You throw two straight up and away, or up and arm side. You say, okay, I know that I've been taught if my legs are getting ahead of my body, it's going to make my arm late. Let's try to slow down my legs. So the next pitch, you make that little adjustment, and it's a small adjustment. It's not much. Then bam, you throw a strike. Boom, light bulb goes off. I just fixed an issue without even working with a coach, without getting my coach involved. Whatever the case is, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing wrong. And not saying you can't ever listen to a coach, but if you see yourself and feel yourself doing something and you know the reasons why and you're baseball savvy and you've learned over the time you're practicing, you can help yourself in a game. And it makes you that much more confident, it makes you that much better of a baseball player, and everything is going to be a whole lot better if you know why you're doing stuff. So if you're working with kids, if you're a player yourself, ask questions. If your coach is trying to get you to do something, ask them, talk to them. The more you can know and the more knowledge you have as a player, and the more you know your body and the more you can feel the right things and feel the wrong things, the better off you're going to be in the long run. So y'all keep watching my videos, guys. Comment, like it, subscribe below. I'm trying to help you guys. Like I said, I truly want to help you, and I truly want to give you all the information that I have. I want you to learn and get a ton from me so that you don't even watch my videos anymore. So I mean that's really the end goal for me, guys. Y'all have a great day. Y'all keep working and keep watching my videos. I'm going to be putting a ton of them out there. The past week or so I've been crazy, running wild, so I hadn't been able to put up very much stuff, but I'm getting back on it the rest of this week, guys. So y'all have a good day. Y'all keep working, and let's be a Diamond King, guys.